Welcome back to part 4 of our PC project. If you haven't seen part 1 or 2 yet, they're linked down below. Make sure to check them out before watching this one. Today it's finally time to install all the hardware and make it look like an actual PC. And of course we also need to make some finishing touches and the wood paneling. So let's get started building. Due to our design choice of the PC case, we'll have to mount the motherboard horizontally lying down instead of vertically like in a normal case. So because we wanted to keep the size of the PC down, we choose a mini ITX motherboard that allowed us to go with a relatively small form factor. And with this build, we're going full AMD. So that's why we have chosen the Aorus X570i Pro Wi-Fi gaming motherboard. We will pair it with a Ryzen 7 3700X CPU, cooling the CPU with an NMX Equifusion AIO with a 240mm radiator. We've replaced the normal fans with the Noctua NF A12 fans. Not only should they perform slightly better, but given the wood case and the colors of the Noctua fans, they will fit perfectly together. As for the graphics card, we went with the Radeon RX 5700 XT. We were actually able to get a hold of the 50-year special edition that in my opinion looks really nice, and it was a really good deal. Keep in mind we've already bought the hardware before the Nvidia 3000 series was announced. Powering the whole system will be a Corsair RM750X. For storage, we have chosen a Samsung 970 EVO Plus. As far as RAM is concerned, we'll put in two 16GB sticks of G-Skill Trident C Mini. Running at 3600 MHz, they'll also perfectly line up with the Infinity Fabric clock of our Ryzen 7 3700X, so we can really get the most performance out of that CPU. And of course, we'll also add one of our custom mobile monitoring screens to display temperatures and more. For that, we will add a Raspberry Pi 3 B+ and a small 3.5-inch screen. And to fit the AMD theme of this build, we of course went ahead and created a customized mobile theme that will be available for all our Super Bowl patrons. So check it out. So let's go! We're glad that all the main components fit. Now let's add a dust filter and some LEDs. Since we don't have a normal power button like in every other case, we need to create one ourselves. So I modeled out two 3D printed parts that interconnect with each other. The top part will be holding an actual button that sends the click signal to the PC. Between the two 3D printed parts, there's a spring that pushes them apart. The second part will be 3D printed out of clear PLA. It will hold an LED that will shine through when the PC is turned on. The bottom will be covered by a wooden disc that will be visible outside. When pressing the bottom part, the spring will contract and the actual button will be pushed. After printing out the parts, we can now assemble the buttons and test them. If you want to 3D print this button, there's a link down below to our blog where you can download all the files. As you can see, the 3D printed part presses the actual button, so it works. We also added the Mobros logo to the wooden disc to customize the build even more. Now it's time to make the wooden cover. For the panels, we're using 3mm bamboo veneer wood from Trotec. As this has a size of 600 by 300mm, we need 2 pieces to cover the whole PC. As mentioned in our first video, we'll use a special cutting technique to make the wood bendable. We've already tried this out on a small box. As you can see on our test piece, we'll cut multiple lines into the wood so it will bend. We have tested various cutting patterns and we found out that simple straight slits provide the best stability and flexibility at the same time. If you enjoyed these close-ups as much as I did, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this one, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notified. Check out our social media, the link down below, and also our forum. And see you guys next time!